I want to offer you a quick practice that I've started using for anxiety. And I'm making this video because I'm using it myself right now because I'm about to shoot a video of me telling my story, and to open up in a way that I've not really opened up before. And it's bringing up a ton of anxiety. And so I'm about to go through this process myself that I came up with, that I've just been using to help me, like I said, reduce anxiety and feel more calm. And I thought that it could be interesting to just make a quick video for you where I walk you through this process. So if you're having any anxiety or you ever have anxiety, this is a method you can use, and it's really simple, and it's called STILL. And STILL is an acronym. And so it starts with S. First, let's arrive here. Let's do our best to arrive here. And let's do that by breathing in. And just take a breath down into your belly. You can breathe through your nose or your mouth. It doesn't really matter. Just breathe deeper than you were breathing a minute ago. And let's just do that for a few seconds, and then we'll go into I'll teach you the thing. I'll teach you STILL. Let's do 5 breaths together. That was 1. And just go as deep as you can. Fill your lungs and your belly up. Just fill everything up. And hold it for a second. You can tense up your body if you want when you hold it. Like, get really tense. Squeeze, squeeze. Yoga, squeeze your mula bandha. And then let it go. Let it go with a sigh. That was 2. Let the air out. Let's do 3. Bring your breath all the way down into your belly. Fill up your lungs. I'm pretending to be a yoga teacher. Just fill yourself up. Squeeze. Imagine yourself like a rocket blasting off through the atmosphere. Like, what was his name? Project Hail Mary. Did you read that book? It's an amazing book. Let go. Let out a sigh. Humming is a good exercise. If you don't know about humming, it's the simplest thing in the world for calming anxiety. It's just, and it's kind of like singing. Singing helps too, just vocalizing. Vocalizing is important, and that's part of the process I'm going to teach you. Sing a note. We think, with singing, I've worked for most of my life to be a singer. And something about singing is that, sorry, I'm getting off track now, is that we get hung up on, how it, like whether we're on key, right? We start judging ourselves and we're like, I'm pitch deaf, I'm tone deaf, sorry. I'm tone deaf, I can't sing. And we forget about, it's the wrong way to think about singing. You think of singing as just making noise, expressing yourself. Don't get in your head about it. So that's something I've been trying to practice. Anyway, one more breath, and then I'll teach you the practice. I didn't mean for the intro to go 5 minutes, but hopefully this is helping me calm down. Sometimes just kind of connecting and talking and being in the moment with other humans. Sometimes we just need connection, I think, is the important thing. We'll take one more breath, and then I'll teach you how to do STILL, and I'll keep it really simple and quick. Breathe all the way in, all the way down. See if you can hear your deepest inner voice. while you hold your breath for a bit longer. And let it go. If you need to cry, cry. Let whatever wants to come through you come through you. What are you holding on to? You know, what thing that happened in 3rd grade is still inside of you? Let it go. Okay, here's still. So still is 1, 2, S-T-I-L-L. I can't believe I have to. Still is a 5-step process to reduce anxiety, become more present and calm. So here you go. Still is an acronym. The S stands for sensation or sense. So sense. So the first thing to do if you're ever feeling anxious or worried is tune into your senses, because your senses help get you out of that sort of ruminating circular part of your brain. So tune into your senses. Like right now, you can notice, and it can be any sense, like notice, what do you hear? And I love asking my kids the question, what is the quietest thing that you can hear right now? What's the quietest thing you can hear right now? What do you feel? How do you know that you have toes right now? Eckhart Tolle says, how do you know you have a hand? And he says that that's a portal into presence, because in order to ask, do I have a hand? You have to use your sense perceptions without looking at it. Because if you look at it, you say, I can see my hand. But if you ask yourself, how do I know I have a hand without looking at it? You have to go into your senses. And so do that. And that's a portal to presence, to start tuning into your body. So that's the S. S is sense. And it could be C, look at things in your environment. Just get in tune with your senses. T stands for, what does T stand for? I'm trying. The process is working so well on me, or I'm just feeling so nervous that I forgot the steps myself. But T, oh my gosh. Okay, S stands for senses, tune into your senses. T stands for talk, like I'm doing right now, talk. Because sometimes talking helps us verbalize what we're thinking and what you need to do, and what's really helpful a lot of the time when you're feeling anxious is to verbalize your thinking. A psychologist named Dr. Dan Siegel has a line where he says, name it to tame it. And it's, if you're worried about something, if you're anxious about something, by speaking it, you bring it into the more rational part of your mind. And it's not, it goes from being an emotion that doesn't make sense to an understanding of like, oh, this is why I feel this way. I'm not crazy, or I'm not really in danger, And so talk could be talking to yourself. It could be, I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling worried right now because I'm recording a video and 1 million people might be watching me. Okay, because now I understand why I'm feeling so, feeling whatever I'm feeling right now. I, S-T-I, stands for identify. Identify as the witness. And this means to remember that you're not that voice in your head. That worry, all that talking, it's not who you really are. Who you really are is the awareness behind your thinking. And so I is about reminding yourself of that. As many ideas as we might have about ourselves and our life, and most of the time we're lost in that. I is a reminder that it's not who we are. And a lot of the time, most of the time, I think we tend to forget that. So you take a breath into that, like, oh, my mind's running wild again with all these crazy, anxious thoughts and worries. And it's just a rushing river. my mind's anxious right now because I'm launching a new business, and I've never felt more passionate about anything I've done in my life, and it brings up so much anxiety for me. But I'm trying to interpret that anxiety as passion and so much emotion that's been built up inside of me for so long. It's like such an exciting thing, and it's so many new emotions. But it's easy for that to feel scary, when you're building a business or you're stepping into something new for the first time. Excuse me, especially if you've had a past where you never really felt fully empowered. When you start stepping into that for the first time, you can feel guilty. Like, guilt is something that comes up for a lot of people. Anxiety, like, this isn't safe. It's not safe to be this big. So anyway, identify as the witness, is the I. So remember, sense, tune into your senses. What do you hear? What do you feel? What do you see? Those are your senses. T, talk. Just start talking about what's going on, what's happening in your head. What are you freaking out about? I, identify as the witness. So remember that you're not those thoughts. It's not who you are. And then L, this is an important one. You ready? L is love yourself, or just love. Feel love, tune into love. So often we forget to love ourselves. We forget, we're such overachievers and we want to do good in the world. And especially at this time where it kind of feels like the world is falling apart in so many ways, there's so many of us who want to do more and feel sort of disempowered in our ability to do more or our ability to have a bigger impact. And we have to remember that it's not our fault we feel that way, because a lot of the systems that are currently falling, in a lot of ways, were designed in order to minimize a lot of the types of people that most want to have the biggest impact. But if more of us, I think, wake up to that, we will transform the world. Like Gandhi said, be the change that you wish to see in the world. And so I think what's most important is for more of us to learn to become more empowered. And one way to become more empowered is to learn to get better at not letting your mind pull you into places where you feel minimized and constricted and not as unlimited as you really are. Because that's what's important, is that we're all most of us are so much more unlimited than we realize. Anyway, so L is love yourself. L is love yourself, because you're absolutely incredible and you deserve all the things that you want, and you can accomplish so much more than you probably realize. And I know this because I've had an incredible journey in this regard that I'm going to talk more about in other videos. I've got so much to share that I'm really excited about. But that's L. L is love yourself. So S is, and it's kind of cold here. I didn't think it was going to be so cold, but it's nice. It's helping me wake up. So S is sense. Senses, tune into your senses. T, remember it's still. S is tune into your senses. So first you ask, what am I feeling? Then it could be any senses. T is, what was T again? T, I can't remember, I keep forgetting. T is talk. Talk, talk, talk. Talk about it. Name it to tame it. When you say something that you're experiencing that's challenging, it reduces the activity in your amygdala, which is the fear center of your brain, activates I believe it's your neocortex. Maybe someone can correct me on this in the comments, but I believe that what talking does is activate your neocortex, which brings you into your logical mind. And when you can see things logically, the feeling of anxiety reduces. Because ooh, the fox. Oh, I wish I could point the camera at it. No, it's not. It was a coyote. It was a coyote that just ran a whole bunch of deer off. It was so cool. Okay, sorry. So S is senses, T is talk, and talk to yourself. sometimes I'll go and look at myself in the mirror and talk to myself. It's a good way to develop a relationship with yourself. Love yourself, talk to yourself, go look at yourself in the mirror and talk to yourself about what's going on in your life. Talk to yourself about what you're going through and help yourself understand why you're feeling the things that you're feeling. The world's a fucking crazy place. You're worried about the economy. You've had all these experiences that have led you to believe that you're not amazingly valuable. Whatever it is, talk to yourself, help yourself understand what's happening, because that alone will reduce anxiety. And then I instill is identify as the witness. Remember that none of those thoughts are you. So take a breath and remember that. I'll explain that more because I know that might sound like a weird concept. But for now, just try and consider that, maybe I'm not the stories I have in my head. Maybe what I am is this body, this person who just exists in this moment. And in this moment, actually everything's okay. There's no problems in this moment. All the problems are in my head. That's kind of the idea as what identify as the witness means. L is love yourself. Just give yourself some love, give yourself some forgiveness, understand, why things are the way they are, why you feel the way you feel, why things have been hard for you. And know that things will become easier when you learn to love yourself more and forgive yourself. So L is forgive yourself. And then the last L is let go. Remember, none of it's a big deal. And just practice letting go of whatever it is. I still feel a little shaky, like my body's shaking with like what feels like nervous energy as I'm making this. And I'm kind of like, something I've been learning that's been really helpful recently is being able to kind of identify things like that and not interpret it, because you can have things like that in your body that associate with certain thoughts. Like maybe there was a situation you were in the past that was really scary, and whenever you felt that feeling of nervousness, it meant that you're in trouble. But you can learn to feel that thing and learn that, I'm not in trouble. So it's a journey I'm continuing to go through, and it's a journey I invite you to explore, because the path to the best version of yourself is through just letting yourself be with yourself and love yourself. And all right, thanks for tuning in. I hope that you found this helpful. I didn't mean for this to be 18 minutes, but maybe I just needed to drop in together for a little bit, because I've been finding more and more lately that connection has been the thing that has been helping me find my own way back home to myself after a journey that really derailed me over a number of years. And so that's another thing I'll end up talking about, but I'll leave it at that for today. I hope you found this helpful. Please let me know. Say hi in the comments. See ya.